This is my 2022 Ultimate Gaming setup. Now, I don't own everything in the setup, but I do get to loan and use this for long periods of time, so I'm calling it mine anyway. While the definition of a perfect gaming setup is very subjective and depends on what you're doing and what you want from a setup, in my opinion, if you're trying to build the ultimate esports gaming setup that is designed for climbing ranks in sweaty esports titles like Overwatch 2, Valorant, or Counter-Strike Global Offensive, this setup is probably as close as it gets to perfect. Because in many ways, the PC, the monitor, and the mouse, it's basically the top-of-the-line best options you can get for esports gaming. Now, of course, while these choices are, in my opinion, some of the best, if not the best in its class, it's still a very subjective thing. Things like monitors and mice completely depend on what you like and what you don't like. So if you do like a Razer DevEditor V3 Pro and you want to win one for free, join my giveaway by submitting your setup in my Discord linked in the description. There'll be more details at the end of the video, so make sure you watch to the end so you can learn how to win one of these exciting $250 gaming mice. Let's start off with the monitor, which absolutely is the most exciting part of this gaming setup, because the other parts of this setup you've probably seen before on my channel, or most of it. The display is an ASUS PG279AQN, and it's a 1440p but 360Hz IPS panel, which is basically the first one of its kind. And not only is it the first one of its kind, it's one of the best, because not only is it a fast refreshing monitor at 360Hz, it's also a absolutely phenomenally quick responding monitor. I'm gonna have my own personal high-end in-depth review of the ASUS PG279AQN, that is a mouthful, in a couple of days, so subscribe for that. But all I can say is that this is definitely at least in the top 2 of all-time greatest esports gaming monitors, at least until OLED monitors become a thing. It's also amazing because it has great colors, IPS, saturation, HDR600 support, good viewing angles, and for casual gamers who also play a lot of esports titles, it's kind of like the best of both worlds, which is why I think for people trying to build the ultimate esports gaming setup might just be the perfect monitor and the ultimate choice. In fact, this monitor is so new and so hard to get that I don't think anybody in Singapore can actually buy it yet. ZXTech privileges. You know how we roll. To power a gaming monitor like this, you need a powerful gaming PC, and thankfully I have one. It's a i7-12700K with 32 gigs of RAM, 1TB of SSD storage, and a RTX 4080. So right now it has a 3080 in it because I was benchmarking things and comparing performance, and I just haven't had time to switch it back yet. Shout out to VPCs, by the way, who has loaned me this PC, which is why I was able to make a RTX 4080 review and unboxing in the first place. So if you're looking to build a gaming PC, check them out at SimLim Square if you are Singapore based. They're a great PC hardware shop. But yeah, this PC has no problems running 1440p esports titles, 400, 500 FPS consistently. Now, the keyboard and mouse I use, which has helped me hit Diamond 3 recently, by the way, in Valorant, I can't wait, I'm gonna try my best to hit Immortal soon, is the Lychee G66 Pro for the keyboard, which is a budget-friendly 66% mechanical keyboard that I've put KTT Kang red wine switches in that have been new, as well as some simple white PBT keycaps that have Japanese hiragana text on it, because I just like the aesthetic. Call me a weeb if you want, but I actually talk to women, so your insults don't work. I don't. That was a joke. The mouse I use is also top of the line, just like the 4080 and the gaming monitor. It's the Final Mouse Starlight Pro Hands Edition. Now, this is the medium-sized one at 45 or 47 grams, I can't remember exactly. And before you come at me and be like, why do you buy a Final Mouse? It's Final meme, QC issues, blah, blah, blah. I bought it because I'm a reviewer and I want to review the latest and greatest exciting pieces of technology so that I can tell you whether it's a buy or not, or whether you should get excited of it. Now, the full-on in-depth review is coming in a few days, but let me let you in on a couple bits of spoilers. The Final Mouse is amazing, but whether you should buy it is a very complicated question to answer that you can only get the answer to if you watch the full review coming in a few days, so subscribe. But yeah, I've been using it as my daily driver. I really love it. The magnesium chassis is brilliant. It feels great in the hand. It's super light. The other mouse that I've been using on and off as well is the Pulsar X2, though I do find one problem with the Pulsar X2. I put the glass feet on there and turns out I don't actually aim better with it. I like it. I like the glass feet, but I aim worse with it. So I don't know whether to take off the glass feet, which completely ruins the glass feet, which means I waste the glass feet. First world problems. Anyway, for audio, I use the Audio-Technica R70X. I use a USB stick from Sabrent as a sound card, and it works brilliantly. In fact, I think the R70X is one of the best headphones you can use for gaming. Well, I haven't tried that many high-end headphones, at least for gaming, so I personally can't tell you if it's the best of the best, but if you're looking for a very good choice, the RSNEX is something you have to check out. Because it's a high quality headphone designed for good music listening, it actually has a great amount of detail so that you can hear your footsteps and hear your in-game sounds very, very accurately and very, very clearly. Whereas my teammates only know which side it's planted on, I know where in the side it's planted on. It's that good sounding. And that's the power of buying a properly good quality high-end headphone for gaming rather than buying a gaming headset. That plus the fact that it's very, very lightweight, so it's very comfortable in your head and you can wear it for long hours. The mic I use is just a cheap, simple USB mic. It's a Fifine T668. It's basically the same mic I've been using for gaming setups for the last 3 years. And the reason is really simple. Number one, I got it for free, and number two, I don't really need a high-end mic for this setup because I'm not streaming. Which actually leads me to the question, should I be streaming? Because I've been gaming a lot, and if you think I should be streaming, make sure you tell me in the comments down below. There are also a bunch of other things in this desk that I like to point out. As you notice, there's this desk lamp here, as well as a second monitor that's not plugged in because I don't really need a second monitor because I'm not streaming. The thing is, the most important thing apart from the main accessories is this little thing right here, which is a bottle of chewing gum. So what I found is that having some chewing gum near me is very useful for improving my performance in games. If I'm doing a long grinding session trying to climb ranks and I'm noticing that I'm losing focus, I'm getting distracted, I'm kind of dazing off mid-game, I'll grab some chewing gum, throw it in my mouth, start chewing it. It wakes me up a little, it gets me focused, and it basically just allows me to fidget in a very non-intrusive way that allows me to stay focused. Oh, and by the way, I'm using a Everdesk table as well as a ErgoTune chair. They've served me well over the years, they've not broken. And now that you've watched the whole video, here's the reward you've been waiting for, giveaway details. How do you win a Razer DevEditor V3 Pro? Well, all you need to do is you need to submit your own personal gaming setup, a few pictures, a little write-up, some specs, whatever, into my Discord linked in the description. Go to the tab under ZXTech called Flex Your Setup, send in a picture, send in some description of your gaming setup, and you can stand a chance to win a Razer DevEditor V3 Pro. Basically, I'll decide a winner by picking the setup I thought had the most unique flair, the most personality, and the most love and thought put into it. Not the most expensive setup, but rather the most charming setup. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.